Hey folks, welcome to Living Off the Slab. I'm Craig Ripley. Now today I want to continue my series of videos on how I'm outfitting my new Yamaha Super Tenere for the upcoming riding season. If you remember, when I first rode the Tenere, I knew that I was going to have to do something about the wind management system on this bike, namely this thing, the windshield. I had a lot of buffeting when I was out on the highway, and I knew I was going to have to eliminate that. But I knew that that wasn't going to be that expensive of a fix. I could really easily go out and buy a new windshield and buy a new mounting bracket to fix that problem, which is exactly what I did. So that's what I want to cover in this video. All right, now what I have here is the original windshield that came with the Tenere. Now it is about 17.5 inches tall and about 19 inches wide at its widest point. And it didn't have a whole lot of adjustability with the stock brackets. So first thing I went out and did was I changed the bracket and I got myself a Madstad bracket that you see right here that enabled me to have a lot more adjustability with this stock windshield. So taking a closer look, here's the Madstad bracket that I bought, and originally I tried this with the stock windshield, and it makes a big difference. You can really improve the buffeting and how your bike handles the wind flow just by getting this bracket. I decided to go a step further and get the windshield as well, but I would say it was a 50% improvement or so just by buying this bracket and finding the right position. Now what the Madstad bracket gives you is, if you loosen up both of these knobs, and they're much easier to loosen than the Yamaha bracket, it really gives you a great deal of up and down movement and front to back movement as well, so you can really adjust this windshield right to your liking until you find that place where you're not getting any buffeting. And then of course tighten it back down and you're all set to go. Now, another thing I really like about this Madstad bracket is that it comes with this crossbar so that you can mount your accessories to it. I think this is about a 5/8 inch diameter bar, something in that neighborhood. I don't remember exactly, but it really comes in handy to mount your accessories up there. You notice I have my GPS mounted up there already, and it works really well with the ram mount, and I have room on both sides if I want to add anything else. Now while the bracket itself and the stock windshield made a big difference in the wind management on this bike, it really improved it, I wanted to go even farther. So I did a little bit of research, and I found that basically there looked to be two windshields that most people were recommending, and that is from a brand called Parabellum or this Madstad windshield that I ended up getting. I went with the Madstad because, one, I know some friends who have them and they really like them, not the Yamaha Tenere version, but other bikes. And also, I had seen a write-up on Adventure Rider magazine where they had outfitted a Tenere, and they recommended this wind management system as well. So I decided to go with it. And I bought eventually the Madstad Sport SD windshield, and I bought it in the 22-inch tall version, and that makes it about 21 inches wide. So I've got a windshield that's about 4.5 inches taller than stock and a couple inches wider than stock. So Madstad says that the windshield works best when it's laid back about 60 degrees. And for me, playing around with it and riding out on the highway, I think that's about right. That seems to be the angle that I found that it works best. But also I played with that up and down movement. The temptation is to really raise the wind high and block the wind from coming in your face, but that actually doesn't work all that well. You end up then getting a lot of wind that comes up underneath the windshield, coming up on the inside, and that's what really causes the buffeting. So you want to find a balance between that height where you're blocking the wind but you can still see over the top of the windshield, and you're not getting a lot of wind that comes up underneath the shield. And so once you find that point, it works really well and really eliminates the buffeting for you. So another thing that I did along with the windshield and the bracket is to add the lower wind deflectors that you can get through your Yamaha dealer, and that is these units right here. Just a plexiglass deflector that mounts very simply to the fairing with some rubber mount screws there. So it's really simple to put on, and $80, you know, depends upon what you think about them, but I've heard some other people just absolutely hate them, think they're useless. But I tell you, so far, in conjunction with the windshield and these lower deflectors, it really makes a big difference on how much buffeting I get out on the highway. So overall, I am very happy that I bought this. After I got done with all this setup, it really improved how the bike feels out there on the highway. I really get no buffeting whatsoever now. It really does a great job once you figure out where you want the windshield positioned, and adding these lowers that I've added as well, it really just eliminates almost all of the buffeting out there on the highway. I just don't even notice it anymore, especially if I'm wearing a helmet that doesn't have a peak on it. The peak obviously is going to catch a little bit of wind, but if I wear my full face helmet that does not have that, then I don't get any buffeting whatsoever. So total investment on all of this, well, you're looking at about $140 for the bracket. That's from Twisted Throttle. From Madstad, another $140 for the windshield. And then I bought the deflectors directly through my dealer as a Yamaha dealer, and they cost about $80 for the set. So all in all, I spent about $360 to improve the wind management on this system. And I think that was a pretty good deal. I mean, it's not a whole lot of money, and it really makes a difference for how this bike handles out there on the highway. All right, that's it for this video. I will have a companion article that I will put in my blog on my website at www.livingofftheslab.com. Or you can get to it by www.craigripley.com. Either way takes you to the same place. And again, you can see these videos as well as you can see the accompanying article, where I will have all of the listings for where I bought the products and how much I paid, etc., in case you're interested in getting any of these things for yourself. Because after all, it's all about sharing this stuff, right? So have a good one out there, be safe, and look forward to the new riding season that's coming up.